Hello, Noel the Red Devil here, and we are here to talk about the latest Manchester United news. Mason Mount has officially signed his contract with Manchester United, and he has been given the number 7 jersey. We will discuss that now in a minute. Also, transfer rumours, same old bull, same old rumours, same old United are looking at players and all of this rubbish. Um, but the big news and the big rumour again is connected to this takeover. Apparently, Manchester United staff have been given until Friday to sign some cards. Some people are reporting, and other people are reporting that they're going to be doing putting a little video package together where staff will get a chance to say goodbye to the Glazers, and we're going to be talking about that and also the people out there that have been mounting off about this takeover. None of them have been right at all. But let's get into this Mason Mount situation because, as you know, there's been a mixed reaction from fans about his signing. I'm one of those fans that, I'm I'm not a fan of Mason Mount, got to be honest. But if it's the player that the manager wants, I will back the player as I always have. Same with Anthony, same with any player that he's brought in. I hope he does. Uh, I hope whatever potential Ten Hag sees in him, it does come to fruition and he proves me wrong. But he has been given the number 7 jersey. Now, we do have a photograph on Twitter, so I will get it up. But he has been given the iconic number 7 jersey. And I say iconic because it is, because some fans out there and some fan channels out there that have accounts on Twitter, and I'm not having a go or anything, but to dismiss and to say that it's just a jersey number, you're wrong. It's not just a jersey number. It's the iconic number 7 jersey. Now, my issue with Mason Mount getting the number 7 jersey has nothing to do with Garnacho, but a lot of United fans did believe that Garnacho was going to get the number 7 jersey. Now, like a lot of United fans, I don't think Garnacho is ready to get the number 7 jersey, but I also think that we shouldn't be giving the number 7 jersey to our first signing that's in the door. That jersey is iconic. There was a time where we left that jersey vacant, so we should have left it vacant until we see if Garnacho can reach the potential that we all believe that he will, and then claim that jersey for himself. Now, Garnacho, as you all know, there was an Argentinian cake. It was his birthday recently. Number 7 was on a Manchester United, made some cryptic response, 7 out of 10, all of this nonsense. And everybody thought Garnacho was going to get the number 7 jersey. Now, it seems like he has liked the post where Mason Mount has revealed that he is wearing the number 7 jersey. But I don't agree with Mason Mount getting the number 7 jersey because he's a new player. And, if we're going to say that the person that wears this jersey should prove themselves, then logically a lot of fans that are talking about this, in my opinion, I agree with them. I don't think he should be given the number 7 jersey, but I'm not going to go over the top like they have. I don't think you should be giving it to a new player. And here is the image that you are all going to see if you are on social media. And this is the number 7 jersey. And I have to say, he does look good in Manchester United colours. He does seem to be happy. He's had a big smile on his face of all the images that I've seen that comes in. That image there is from Fabrizio Romano, and he says Mason Mount will be Man United's new number 7 club. Confirms now, but why is he number 7? Well, we can deep dive into this, because I think there is a reason why he has been given the number 7 jersey. So I'm going to be fair here. Right? A lot of people, when they cover this, there's a few channels that I follow that will be fair and will dissect this fairly, right? And this is why I think he's been given the number 7 jersey, because a little video has actually popped up, and hopefully I'll be able to show you a little video of his popped up of when he was a kid, and I posted it on my Twitter account, which is Noel the Red Devil. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I set it up in relation to the channel, so we've been only up and running a couple of weeks on Twitter, but I did see a video and post something on the Twitter account which I think explains why Mason Mount has gotten the number 7 jersey. Where is it? Right, hold on. I have to find that. So I'm pretty sure I posted that on my Twitter account and retweeted it. Unless it's being taken down. I doubt it's being taken down. Hold on. I'll find it. Because there's loads of stuff on it. But anyway, in the little video that I'm going to show you, Mason Mount as a kid is he's obviously in his Chelsea colours, and I've got another little video to show you now in a minute, and the account that's actually throwing it up, because we like to give the people credit for the videos that they throw up, because fair play to them. But there was a little video that I saw today on social media. Here it is. I found it. It's only 12 seconds long, but there's a reason why he was given a number 7 jersey, in my opinion. And I think it's because of this. And I'm not going to believe this, because he's, as you know, he's a Chelsea boy through and through. And this is why I'm actually surprised that we've signed them from Chelsea. Now, don't get me wrong, right? We have signed players from clubs like Leeds United when we bought Cantona and stuff like that. And we have bought players off rivals before. But I'm not quite sure that we've signed players. I have to think back. I'm trying to think if we've signed players that have been long-term at clubs since they've been academy players. But this is why I believe Mason Mount has been given the number 7 jersey. And I wanted to be fair here. And this comes in from Zohar, United Zohar on Twitter, if you want to check out their Twitter account. So this is Mason Mount, clearly in Chelsea colours, clearly as a kid, clearly in the academy. And this old video of his has resurfaced. And I'll make it as big as I can so you can actually see the whole video on screen. But this is why I believe he's been given the number 7 jersey.
I tried to base my free kick on Ronaldo, hit the ball by the valve, and it moves. So what do you do? Top corner, top bins.
I mean,
I tried to base my
I know that's him as a kid.
Hit the ball by the valve, and it moves.
But watch this free kick.
Top bins.
Look at that. I mean,
I tried to base my free kick on Ronaldo, hit the ball
so
by the valve,
he's a Chelsea boy.
Top corner.
Right? but he grew up idolising Ronaldo, right? And he was explaining how Ronaldo takes his free kicks, hit the ball at the valve, and the ball will move, right? And this is why I think he's gotten the number 7 jersey. I think he wanted the number 7 jersey. Now, Garnacho, we don't know the situation. It seems to me that Garnacho may have been promised the number 7 jersey, but that's just me speculating with everything that we saw on social media. But at the same token, it could be Garnacho saying he's going to be the future number 7. You know, and maybe for now, you know, we don't know if Garnacho is going to be playing week in, week out. That's the thing, right? And if you want someone that's going to be on the team sheet week in, week out to be wearing the number 7 jersey. So I think there's a few little things and reasoning behind why he's got the number 7 jersey. I don't think you should give it to a new player that comes in. You know, it has happened before. Like, I can't say it hasn't, but look, Mason Mount comes in. Ten Hag obviously has a master plan. This signing is going to transform the way we play. If we get Onana as well, I mean, we're going to be playing a different system. We're going to be more attacking anyway. We do need that striker. We do need another central midfielder, in my opinion. I would even go as far as to say we need another centre-back. But right now, we got to see what happens. And that brings me to the next topic because, you know, this rumour, and we've had rumours. Look at, I'm sick and tired of it now at this stage. You know, I'm not even angry. I said when I did my first couple of videos or live streams on this channel, and you can check back, there's not many. I did say I had a funny feeling that this whole takeover saga would drag out, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Glazers didn't sell until after the transfer window was closed. Another big FU to fans before they leave. Right? Now, has my opinion changed on that? Right now, no. But there is this other rumour. Right? Now, as you know, we had the reports from Reuters. We had the Bloomberg reports. And then we had Rio Ferdinand and others melting off about this deal being done. And still now, right, we were told that something was going to happen on Independence Day. Right? They did that like Independence Day. We were going to get an announcement, and it never happened, right? Now watch, these same accounts and these same people like Rio will come out with more rumours, and now the latest one, and I'd say take with a pinch of salt at this stage, right? Some are saying that insiders have told them and all of this. I don't know how true it is, right? At the end of the day, some fan channels out there, you know, are in the know, some aren't, and all of that. Even the ones in the know have been burned by this whole thing. Some people are blaming the Glazers for dragging their feet, that this is actually being done and all of this. Could be true, but at the end of the day, everybody's being burned by it, right? Even journalists out there that are tier 1 have been burned by this, right? So this is what I'll tell you. Take the latest rumour with a pinch of salt, right? But there's been multiple reports by multiple Twitter accounts out there that the Manchester United staff are going to be doing a farewell video. In another report, they're going to be signing a farewell card. It could be both, to be quite honest. And they've got until Friday to have that complete. So now the new date now is what date is it now? It's Wednesday the 5th. So now everybody is saying that Friday the 7th, right? There should be big news. If not, again, because they like to cover themselves, these people that get burned. If it doesn't happen on Friday, it will definitely happen on Monday. At this stage, look, if they do go Friday or they go Monday, then we're back in the game in terms of transfers, right? Now, we will still have to spend carefully and we will still have to get rid of players, but there'll be less pressure, right? And then Ten Hag, then, he can go out then and scout around for the players that he wants. And, while we don't pay over the odds, I think Manchester United should, this United tax is ridiculous. And it sounds like the club want to play hardball, but the people in charge are absolutely useless at it. Let's be honest. Well, it seems like they want to play hardball. But, we're a couple of weeks behind in this window. Well, I mean, the British window opened on we're a week behind, so we're not too bad. We're not too bad. I mean, we're a week behind since the window opened, but clubs have been talking to players for 3 or 4 weeks before that. So we are behind about a month. But if this deal gets done Friday or Monday and the takeover is official, well, then Ten Hag will have an extra bit of money in the kitty. Not much, because remember, we have been told that that Sheikh Jassim, they won't be able to splash out loads of money in the first window, and I don't think they will anyway. But they'll get the manager what he wants, right? And we'll be able to pay that money. And Barella is still apparently Barella is still available, right? Okay, if this deal gets done Friday, Monday, they could say to Ten Hag wants Barella, then he can go, well, I want Barella. They'll go and get him this time, and they won't pay the fee that Inter want. But they will pay close enough to it and get the deal done fast. Get him in for pre-season. Get the goalkeeper Onana in as well. And most importantly, listen, their main focus should have been a striker. But the way they handled this David De Gea nonsense has made them desperate now, and they have to go out and get a goalkeeper. But I've got a funny feeling that David De Gea might be re-signed, folks. I think they'll get rid of Dean Henderson, right? Heaton is there, but I don't think he's going to be number 2. I think we'll bring in Onana, and I think David De Gea will re-sign. And I know fans won't want to hear that, but I think that's what's going to happen. I think David De Gea is going to come back. I think we're going to re-sign him on a cheaper contract. The way Manchester United handled it, I think it's been absolutely disgraceful. But I think the reason why David De Gea put that yawn emoji up is because he already knows what the plan is with the club. They probably actually told him that they were taking the deal away. We don't know exactly. We're just going by the media. And let's be honest, the media haven't painted themselves in a lot of glory over this whole situation, right? And including the takeover. Media have been way off. Again, every year we're linked to about 500 bleeding players, for God's sake. We're talking to players, we're meeting their agents, but we're not talking to clubs. And I don't listen anymore. It's getting ridiculous when it comes to Manchester United and transfer rumours and all of that nonsense. But I think we'll re-sign him. I think we'll get Onana, and I think the club will offer David De Gea another contract. They'll probably give him a year, maybe 2 years. It'll be, I'll say more than likely a year. I think then he'll probably go to Saudi Arabia or something like that then after that. But I think they'll try to re-sign him, to be honest with you, and shift Dean Henderson. Onana will be number 1. United will be in a stronger position now if David De Gea wants to re-sign with us. We hold all the cards just the way we handled it. And then he agrees to that contract. He's number 2. And listen, I I don't care what people say about David De Gea. Yeah, he's made some high-profile mistakes lately, but he's a legend as far as I'm concerned at the club. And yet we do have to act ruthlessly, and we can't have sentimentality when it comes to players. But at the end of the day, we are not equipped to be going out and buying 2 goalkeepers. So it's either, so this is the scenario. We go out and get Onana, and we keep Dean Henderson, right, who did that interview and basically slated everybody at the club, right? Or we sign someone back like David De Gea, who we know loves the club, and we hear that he loves living in Manchester and stuff, right? We re-sign him on a lower bloody contract. He's our number 2 keeper for a year until the next transfer window or the next summer, where we can actually go out and buy a second keeper to compete with Onana, or at least another goalkeeper, so Ten Hag can rotate, because we know he likes to move things around and bring in players that can adapt into different formations and adapt to his tactics, you know. So, you know, I wouldn't rule out David De Gea coming back, to be quite honest. Now, again, the transfer news, right? It's the same boring rumours, right? We've been linked to Onana. We've been obviously linked to Haaland, that player that plays in Atalanta. We've also been linked to Amrabat, the Moroccan player. Again, though, I've got to be honest, are these players that are going to win us the league? They certainly will make us better. But, you know, this transfer window was always going to be interrupted. Once this takeover saga dragged on, that was it for a transfer window. Ten Hag has to work miracles in this one. And you know what? He probably is annoyed, peed off, but at the same time, he probably knows, as well as the fans do, that these owners are going to be gone soon. The club is going to be free of them, right? And maybe not this summer, maybe not this transfer window, I should say, will he get everything that he wants. But I wouldn't rule out United, if we're under Sheikh Jassim, going out in January and scouting and getting scouts to go out now till January to look at a few players and report back to the manager and see if we can get them in, get more players in at January. It all depends where we are in the league. If we're still in contention, which would be a miracle, but if we're still in contention, then, if we get the right signings in January, we could really push on. Look, I don't expect Manchester United to go from where they've been to title winners, right? But I do expect United now, after the season that Ten Hag had, especially with the squad that he had, right, to finish in third, to win the League Cup, to get to the FA Cup final. And in fairness, we should have. I thought Sevilla is just a weird team, but a lot of players didn't perform, right? And we looked like we ran out of steam, and that's got to do with the quality that we had on the bench as well. There was lots of factors. Same with the FA Cup. People point the finger at David De Gea and stuff like that. The bottom line is, right, if you really analyse the game, right, and you really if you analyse the last couple of months of that season, right, you will actually say that United were probably very lucky to be in the position that you were in. And it wasn't because, and people will say, some players' form did dip, right? But a lot of players did look shattered, right? They looked shattered, right? Ten Hag would have loved to be able to rotate a lot more than he did. But we got the Eriksen injury. Remember, Casemiro was missing as well, either through suspension or injury, right? Garnacho was even injured. Then we lost Martina. There was lots of factors, right? David De Gea did not lose us the FA Cup, right? It was a combination of a lot of things. And I just hate the way he's being treated by this fandom. I really do. It's peed me off at no end. He's a legend. I think fans forget the amount of points he saved us throughout his career. I was watching the compilation on the Manchester United channel of his saves that he made, and then some fan then decided to counter that and do the ones of all the mistakes that he made, and it's an hour and a half long. I mean, they spent all of their time to put that video together. That's how toxic our fandom is, you know. And again, I've given my opinion on the Mason Mount thing. I don't think, he should be getting the jersey, but I can understand that. I showed you that little clip. I'm not going to be mad about it for too long. It's done now. He's number 7. Garnacho wasn't ready for the jersey. I'd even said that anyway. And I wasn't expecting him to get the number 7 jersey, but all indications over the last couple of weeks with posts that were made, we thought he was getting the number 7 jersey. And even at the time, he wasn't ready. But if he got the number 7 jersey, I wouldn't have been mad about it, to be quite honest with you. But Mason Mount has got it. And, by the looks of things, he wanted that jersey. So he knows the pressure that comes with that jersey. And he's been willing to take that on. That shows a bit of class to me. And that's the way I'm going to look at it. So fair play to you, man. Welcome to Manchester United. I hope you do hit the ground running. I can't wait for him to bang in his first goal, because I think once he bangs in his first goal, I think a lot of fans and the pressure himself will come off him. And hopefully Ten Hag can actually get the best out of him. And we've seen Ten Hag get the best out of our players. Some players that we thought were finished at that club, he has transformed. Now, let's hope those players, not Rashford, Luke Shaw, if Wan-Bissaka, I know a lot of fans want Wan-Bissaka gone because he's not great at crossing the ball in when he gets down. Yeah, that frustrates me. I'm not going to lie, right? But think about it this way, right? This is the way I look at it. He will bring in another fullback at some stage, but not to replace Wan-Bissaka. It'll be in competition with Wan-Bissaka. You need Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka, you heard it throughout the season, players were saying when they're one-on-one with him, right, they're heading towards goal. They know that they're screwed, right? I think his attacking play has improved. And I'd keep Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka is not a bad player. Now, he was a bit, I have to say, in some games he was a bit all over the place. But I think as the season went on, I think he understood his role a little bit better. And, look, we're not going to get every player that we need. So we have to keep the ones that have actually proven that they can perform on a consistent basis. And I do think Wan-Bissaka has performed at a consistent basis. Garnacho, not just yet. He has showed flashes of what he can do, but the injury did set him back. But I do think this is the season where we're going to see the best of Garnacho. Pellistri, I think Pellistri needs to be given a chance. There's talk about Ahmad staying. Look, I'm going to be out straight about Ahmad, right? Ahmad was brilliant for Sunderland. He did well at Rangers as well, right? But I don't think Ahmad is Manchester United quality. I'm sorry. I don't want to sound like Jamie Carragher, but he's too short, in my opinion. I would love to see, right, this is what I would do, right, personally. I would actually try and get Ahmad out on loan again. But instead of putting him out on loan in another country, try get him out on loan at a Premier League club. I mean, if Luton or someone like that was to take him, I think that would be a great fit for him. And then we could see how he progresses. Because think about it, everybody's going to be watching Luton because they're after getting into the Premier League. If Ahmad went to Luton, we'd see him week in, week out, and we'd actually see if he's up to the challenge of the Premier League. And then if he is, then we bring him back then he becomes part of the squad for the season after. He's still a young lad, right? Because you have to give Pellistri a chance. That lad, in fairness, he should have come on the FA Cup final. I think he could have changed the game, in fairness, if he had been on at the start. I think he's that good. But anyway, that's the story with all the Manchester United stuff. So Friday apparently is the new date now. All the staff have to get their goodbye video. I find that kind of funny, because why any of the Manchester United staff would want to say goodbye to those two, that Leach family, right? That family that's taken $2 billion out of our club is beyond me. Do you know what my goodbye video would be? You can go and fuck off now. See us later. Bye bye, you parasites. That's what my goodbye would be, right? I wouldn't be saying goodbye and being all nice about it, right? They don't even deserve a goodbye. They don't even deserve a goodbye, right? All they've ever done is use this club as a bank machine, right? Wait and you see when we are actually taken over by someone that actually has money. The rest of the Premier League is screwed, and that's why they're bantering Manchester United fans now, and they're scared, right? Because you can see it in their posts and all. They fear what's going to happen when Manchester United become the club that they're going to become, because you know it's only going to go one way. United are going to dominate like they did in the 90s. Right, you give it, not this season, give it next season and the season after. Manchester United will be dominating English football again. We will be unstoppable because we got a manager that is so determined to win, and he has got these players so determined to win now, and every player that he brings in, right, will want to sign for the club and is hungry to play for the club. We are going to be unstoppable. So Arsenal fans trying to banter us and all, all I'll say is this, and I heard this on another channel, and they were absolutely right. They said you need to win the Premier League this year, and you do. So the pressure is on you with the amount of signings and players that you have brought in for the money you have brought in. You need to be winning the Premier League with Arteta now this year. But you won't. You will collapse as you always do. I suspect if United get their business done right and we have that extra bit of cash, hopefully this takeover is done, we'll get some players that will actually will get us closer to the top. I think we'll finish ahead of Arsenal if this takeover is done within the next few days or next week, and then we can start really looking for those players. There's still players that teams are trying to get over the line. Yeah. Well, if this takeover happens by Friday, then we can hijack some of those players because they're players that we actually want. And if we get those players, the Brighton lad, Caicedo, man, I'd love him at the club. I really would. And you know what? Bring in Caicedo, bring in Amrabat. Bring them all in. Bring them all in. I'd bring Amrabat in as well. Right? Bring in Caicedo and Amrabat. Got that extra bit of money. Why do you say? Because we'll have more deeper squad. We can get rid of more players. Right? It's better than what we have there. in fairness, though, we shouldn't just be buying better than what we have there. But Amrabat would be an upgrade on anybody. And then if we brought in Caicedo, sure, he's a starter anyway. You know what I mean? So we're improving the team all the time. You know, then I'd go out, you know, if we want Harry Kane, say, look, Tottenham, this is the day. Look, we'll give you Harry Maguire and Tony Martial or someone like that. I'm not saying Tony Martial. I don't think anybody take Tony Martial, unfortunately. Right? But say Harry Maguire and Donny van der Beek, right? And we'll give you 50 million Harry Kane's hours. Right? And then go out and get the lad from Atalanta as well. Right? All of this can happen, though, if this transfer or if this takeover happens. But I don't know what, you know, that's me as a fan. That's what I would do. But, of course, Ten Hag might have a more measured approach. You know, and he probably won't want to, he'll bring in his main signings. And then I think what you'll do is he'll assess, see what happens there until January maybe. Or maybe he might wait until the summer. But it's interesting times. But if this takeover happens on Friday or by next week, man, we are back in the game. And I know that Mason Mount signing has lifted a lot of people. And I'm glad Mason Mount signing has lifted a lot of people because we've needed a lift as Manchester United fans. Look, I've been honest. I'm not going to lie. Mason Mount, I see why Eric Ten Hag has bought him, right? I get that. But I just haven't seen enough in Mason Mount to suggest that he's going to take us to the next level. But you know what? I'm happy to sit here and be wrong. I'm happy to sit here to be wrong because I want to be proven wrong. Because I hope Mason Mount ends up having a great career at Manchester United. I hope, you know, the team, you know, with the players that are brought in, and slowly but surely, Ten Hag is shaping this team. Remember, we've got Anthony, we've got Martinez. He brought in Malacia. He's brought in. Who else has he brought in? Who else has he brought in? He's brought in Garnacho, but he's an academy player. But you could see that Ten Hag is slowly but surely shaping this team. And now he's got Mason Mount on top of that, right? So he's gotten already, five players in, we can say, at least, that are his, that are not other managers' players. That's the point I'm actually trying to make. Casemiro, I forgot Casemiro, for fuck's sake. Casemiro, Eriksen, you know, all of these players, right, he's brought in. Now, Eriksen and Casemiro, especially Eriksen, I think Eriksen is shot. And I think this is why it's important to bring in more midfielders, because Eriksen's not going to be able to play all season. And he could still offer something. Eriksen is still a very good player, but I just don't think he has the legs to last the whole season. But if he's used in the right way, we'll get the best out of Eriksen. But eventually he'll be replaced. Casemiro, we don't know how many years he'll be able to go on for. But let's be honest, you know, we will need to get a replacement for him. And this is why I think the young lad from Brighton or that lad from Southampton, Lavia, the people even buy both of them, man. You know, this takeover happens. I'm not saying that Ten Hag will be a kid in a candy shop, you know, but he'll be able to bring in, he might be able to bring in extra players that he probably thought he couldn't bring in. And that'll be a nice situation for him to have. And I think the more players that he brings in, the better for Manchester United anyway, right? And we can try shift as much as the deadwood as we can. I don't think we're going to get rid of them all. But if we can get rid of at least half of them this window, right, that helps the manager even more than the financial fair play rules. But we need to start selling. But we're horrible and always have been horrible at selling players. We are absolutely dire when it comes. I think Ronaldo, we got a good price for Ronaldo, didn't we? But we are horrible these last few years selling players. So if we can get a few of these players out, and Ten Hag is able to bring in extra players because of this takeover, we should be okay for the season. But look, I'm still going into this season with optimism. I'm going to be covering pre-season, and pre-season starts soon, folks. Martinez put up a photograph. He was back at Carrington, which is nice to see, which means he's gotten over his injury and he'll be available for pre-season. And if you get in Onana as well, just before we actually go on pre-season, Martinez and Onana have already played, so they know each other's game. It's going to be, look, this pre-season I'm actually looking for. I actually enjoyed last pre-season, but I'm really looking forward to this because there's a lot of matches. We're playing a lot of matches now all over the place. And then obviously the main place is America. But we've got loads of matches coming, and I'll be covering them here on the channel. So come and join us for that. I want to thank everybody that does watch this later on. We do seem to get the views after we've done live streams. Obviously, we're only a small channel now at the moment. We got 21 subs. So if you like my opinions, you like what I've had to say about Manchester United, please, everybody that has subscribed already, let people know about this channel. And as I said, when the season does start, I will be on camera and stuff like that. It's just for now, obviously, we're just talking like this because there's nothing really going on. And, you know, I need to get a haircut and get me jersey, and not me jerseys, I should say, and all of that before I come on camera and stuff and start rambling on as I am now. But I want to thank you all that have subscribed. As I said, get the word out there. Don't forget to like this stream. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Have a good one. And hopefully, Reds, this gets sorted. This takeover gets sorted. Because I don't think I could take another bloody few weeks of this nonsense. It needs to stop now. Anyway, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.